Hi, everybody. Hello, fellow Star Voyagers. Welcome back. Yeah, you better believe we're still playing No Man's Sky. I'm just getting my feet wet. What are you talking about? 140 hours? What's that? I guess most of that was not on stream, huh? How much have we actually had on stream of No Man's Sky? About 35 hours of that first 125? Maybe 40 hours of it. Anyways, we started over a few days ago. Trombones! How are you doing, man? Welcome. Good to see you, sir. Stopping in briefly to say hi. Glad you did. Cheers. What are you up to today? What's on your plate? I confess I may have kind of sort of found us another exotic this morning. Many beers at breweries. Oh, you're doing the brewery tour. That's right. You're yeah. Ah, man. Well, thanks for stopping in while you're out and about. In all your extra free time. Nice. So you're getting all the sample trays and things, or are you ordering full-size beers? I know the breweries here, they do lots of free samples. If you're doing the tours, that's all you need. And where we were at here. Let's start with that. We were building our first base underneath this trade outpost on a very comfortable world. I have not renamed yet. I haven't decided whether we're going to upload this name or rename it, but I did find another system with one other world similar to this. More orange than red are the grasses. I think it's an orange world. Is it orange? I only visited it last night. But I found another really cool world we're going to want to go back to. I got to show it to you. It's got the most incredible rock formations. Coordinates is doing a perfume tour, but you're super allergic. Ah, I see. You're allergic, and you need to go to the breweries for health reasons. I got it. You're finding things to do. I wouldn't be able to do the perfume tour either. That would. I don't think you'd even have to be allergic. Just overwhelmed. I would be overwhelmed. I could not handle that much. It's too much. One person with too much perfume is too much for me, let alone a whole. Oh yeah. So this world that I found, I was jumping around. We had unlocked it already, but we hadn't been anywhere there. And I've since renamed it. Oh, yeah. This nice little world with 5 planets, 1 moon. And this planet, which I was looking for some word that meant smooth. It has all these really smooth rocks on it. I was thinking smooth. And it might be missing some accented letter, but Gladka? Is that Polish for smooth? That's what I was going for. I mean, I was digging through Google Translator, just looking for something that would work. Anyways. Cool planet. You gotta see it. We'll get there at some point today. It has these 2 identical species on it. Look at this. Xenonaslium and Simiad Diggly-Doo. But they're exactly the same. Exactly the same. Their stats are exactly the same. Have you ever seen that happen? 2 identical species spawn on a planet as 2 separate species? Which one is it? It might be these guys. They're okay, the tail looks really silly. They have like an udder for a tail. But the face? These things have the cutest faces. You gotta see them. What else do we have there? We have more species to discover is what we have there. Beautiful world. limited sentinels. It says choking humidity, but what it is perfect weather with the occasional hot storm. It's short though. Short, hot storm. And the terrain and the rocks, this planet is beautiful. I could probably spend quality time just flying around this planet. We don't need to land. We don't need to do anything. Just fly and enjoy the terrain. It's that good. So we'll go back there. And there's an airless planet. I kept getting mission board missions to take a photo on an airless world for nanites, so I was going back there. And there's a hot planet. That's where I left off. I was just poking around the hot planet when I ran out of time this morning. Trombones, medical beer. Let's see, you've had it once. One species was prey and the other was aggressive. You just killed them both on sight. Huh. You just killed them both on sight. Is that what you do? Do you travel the stars, just slaughtering everything? No comment. Oh, okay. All right, check this out. So I found last night an A-class hauler scrapped, so free. Its value, Blue Book was about 11 mil. In trade, I got 5.5 for it. And what I traded it for, although I had to put something in, what I traded it for was this beauty. We spotted this the other day, and I found one with 19 slots and 6 tech slots. The Eagle of Sleep. Look at that. I really like it. Yellow and black looks so good on ships. I think yellow, orange, the pale blues, for colors, those are my favorites so far. I mean, red works. There are a lot of colors on ships, but I like the bold yellow against the metallic silvers and blacks. And it has pretty kick-ass stats, too. For, for an exotic. I've not seen the exotics get up to 800 damage. Not one I've had. I did see an exotic with a perfect 20 inventory slots, though, this morning. I didn't buy that. Couldn't afford it, but this one had 19 and 6. And I couldn't say no, because I think that's gorgeous. I like that. And it's not as cumbersome to fly as some of the others. We have that one with the red wing that folds down beneath. You know how easy it is to smack that into things as you're trying to fly? I like to fly close to the ground. At least this one can do it. Game with the phase beam, efficient thrusters. So, yeah. We got, sorry, just making sure the launch thrusters had juice in it so we can call it later. I'm so stoked. So we got 3 ships now. 2 exotics, one which I might want to trade up. Doesn't have much room, even for an exotic that doesn't have much room. And then this, what a lucky find this was. Cream colored, S-class fighter. That's just about max damage as far as I've seen. I want to put a shield in it. You built underneath the trade depot, good on you. I've got some advice to do that. So for our second playthrough, or, second save, this is our first base. And we need to take the scientist. I did recruit a scientist and a weapon master. And the scientist, who's a Korvax, after you do his first mission, he's so happy to be working with you, but the Korvax, they disconnect him. Like a Borg cut off from the collective. And he's distraught, and he asks us to take his consciousness out and take it to a transmission tower. So let's do that. The problem with where the ship spawns... Actually, I want to check this distress beacon first, too. Who knows? If we see scrapped ships, we might just let them go. Unless they're really cool. Or unless they're worth a lot. And if they happen to be a medium or large hauler, they're worth a lot. Even junked. So that's what I found last night, was a medium hauler. Or maybe it was an A-class small. Whatever it was big enough to have a listed value of plenty. 11 mil or so. We have 3 free slots. I have not picked up a freighter yet. We've rescued a couple. One of them was an A class with only 17 slots. It was also not a cool looking capital ship, so I decided again to hold off. This planet has these great craters, and you can see them in the water in a lot of places. Pretty neat. That is an Explorer, crashed Explorer. We're probably gonna leave it here, unless it's a valuable S-class or something. An A-class. So look at that, it says 1.5 mil. Realistically, we'd get about 750K in trade. I'm not gonna even put that in a slot. Yes, it's worth 750K in trade. I don't wanna put the junker into one of our 3 remaining ship slots. We did that last time, and it made me a little nuts. A distress beacon. The interior of the downed craft is a patchwork of technologies possibly scavenged from multiple ships. The portly corpse of a dead, beaked life form sprawls on the control panel. Clearly, the deceased had a penchant for the finer things in life.
Patching it through.
The cargo hold is secured by some kind of homemade security system. Like the rest of the ship, it's a mishmash of technologies. Deactivating it could be tricky. Cheers, Rango. Cheers, Misbehave. Hey, you guys. Thank you for the host. Misbehave. Welcome, everyone. Chatters, lurkers, and Saturday it be. Rango, it seems that you're fond of this game. Yes, that is easy to say. Yes, I'm fond of this game. Quite. It's also the perfect game for me right now, and it's also possibly the only game I can play right now. I'm in a really weird place right now, and this game is able to cast a spell over me. It's a wonderful spell of distraction, and it's drawing me forward. I'm waking up right now thinking about it and going off to do things I gotta do and thinking, I get back to play it soon, and that's a little unhealthy in its own right, can be. It's easy to take that a little too far, but right now that's what I need. In the absence of that is nothing good. So yeah. Misbehave, you started a new playthrough with the nieces, and they're starting in a better system than you have, so guess you're starting over now too. I would say don't even sweat it. I mean, do it, but don't even sweat it. Like, oh, what am I letting go of? There's a whole galaxy out there, and all the time to explore it. As long as you don't get a countdown on your quest, like I did. Don't do that. So do we want to open the cargo hold or search the pilot? Search the pilot. Decomposed grub-like crustacean and an exosuit tech proves my reward after the exertions of heaving the bloated corpse off the controls. That was junk. I wonder what we would have gotten elsewhere. Oh. Let's just... Here's what I'm gonna do. In case it's slightly less junky than it appears, I'll install it here, look at it. It's 1% solar panel power. Dismantle it, and we get a tech module. The only reason I have this one installed, it was the same thing. I expected it to be junk, and I was going to dismantle it, and then it had 18% life support tank, so I'm leaving it there for now. I wasn't really planning to leave a mod in that slot. But we need to start working on our tech inventory so that we can get the toxic protection and cold protection ASAP. And I think they'll build out in this direction. We'll get this slot, and then we'll get this slot, and then this slot, Then it'll go to the bottom row, and then very sneakily, it will come back up here and go one more, one more. So if we're trying to plan ahead to group things together, we can have 3 of these movement mods. Do we want to wait and end up putting the 3rd movement mod in the last slot? Whatever, it doesn't have to happen that way. But thinking about it a little bit, the Hazmat Gauntlet, we need it today, and I think we might dismantle it, use the slot, and remake it later. But we got to get some selenium for one of the quests, so I think we need that. It's easy to remake. Just need more slots. Multi-tool. I could not find S-Class scanner mods. But I did find A-Class scanner mods, and I got 2 more of them. And it was worth it because I finally found one which had flora and fauna. The S-Classes are about 6,000 to 7,000%. This is 5,000%. Both flora and fauna. And a good scan radius boost. So this mod was a nice find. The other A's aren't as good, but fauna 7,500. That's as good as an S-Class, but missing the wait, that's fauna. Thought it was flora. We actually have 2 fauna and 5,000 flora, 5,000 flora. I didn't even notice that it was a nice even split. I thought it was 3 flora, 1 fauna. We've got 2 and 2. We're like halfway there. So until we find S-Class mods, I'm no longer sweating it. We're finally getting units from scanning stuff again. And S-Class mining beam upgrades. Got all 3 of them. Mining beam is kicking ass right now. There is a station that has an A-Class rifle. But it can't be worth upgrading it for the slight difference just to see an A up there. We should be looking for an S or an exotic, some fancy rifle, and then it'll be worth repurchasing all this stuff. But this is about 1,200 nanites, and this is about 600 nanites. So, almost 2,000 nanites worth of mods in this gun. If we ditch it, we gotta buy those again. But I have been running missions. We've got 1,400 nanites. And if we come across any S-Class scanner mods, or if I want to put a shield mod into the ship, the fighter, we can afford it. Alright, distress beacon. Had to check it. But we're not taking it. Yeah, we can see what it looks like inside, but we're not taking it. That's A-Class Explorer. If we wanted to, let's say we were really being picky and trying to max everything, we could take this ship worth about 1.5 million for free. After we take it, we could break down the efficient thrusters, get a tech module, break down the photon cannon, get some resources, and then trade this for a real ship. We'd only get about 750k value in trade. What are we gonna trade it for? I'm gonna have to put money in alongside this to buy anything. So in a way, it will cost me money to get this junker out of my inventory once I get it in my inventory. No, I'm not taking it. I don't need the tech module that badly. I don't need the 750k that badly. So the Korvax scientist wants us to take his consciousness to a transmission tower to try and communicate with the, so we get those convergence cubes. Is it called the convergence? Is it the Korvax convergence? He wants to communicate with the hive, if it's the hive. Why not? There's a monolith. Let's stop there. Sure. The pulse engines, even if you have something tagged, the pulse engines will kind of lock in on something when you fire them, a waypoint. That is supposed to be what your reticle's pointed at, but it has a mind of its own, especially when there are multiple reticles in the same area of space. It can be tricky to get the one you want over such great distances. It'll lock in on something and it won't always be what you expect or want. I don't think I've ever popped out of my ship and ended up on top of it. That was neat. That's less neat. Look right through my ring wing. Okay, if anybody wants... Does anybody like really old commercials, really silly stuff? There was a disaster of a toy. If you want to look something up, look up Swing Wing. It's a toy, it's like a dangerous neck-breaking toy from the 50s or the 60s. And it's like a little beanie you wear with a thing on it. You're supposed to swing it. It's like, so kids are supposed to go like this. And it has the greatest song in the commercial, and it's like, it's the swing wing, it's a fun thing. You gotta look it up. It's crazy. And I say that because it qualifies how I feel about this. Because I fly this thing and it goes, in my head I'm thinking, it's the ring wing, it's a fun thing. And it's even slipped out a couple times, but I'm sure no one knows what the hell I'm talking about. So I decided to share. Look up Swing Wing commercial. And if your neck doesn't hurt after watching the commercial, then you didn't watch the commercial. Go up inside that. No, not inside. It'll be on top of. Yep, we'll knock you silly. Can you imagine them trying to sell something like that these days? What kind of lawsuits there might be? Damage to life and limb. Why am I stumped here? Shouldn't there be an interactive platform? And was it up high? And why didn't I see it when I went up? I guess I was too busy swing winging. There it is. Ashes. Ashes, we all fall down. The first spawn, something common catalyst. Something painful noise. Something noise. So it says something common, not uncommon catalyst. Hopefully that means they want a common catalyst. But look, we're in a Gek system. I have a Gek relic. This monolith will show us where a portal is. Or a Gek relic. I don't know if we're gonna visit the portal now, but I am definitely gonna get the location of a portal. Not a planet we have a base on, but it is good. I got a portal. So the words that we were able to translate include common catalyst. That's all I'm going on here. Well, the beak emerges from ancient stone. It's shouting, but can't be heard. In the stone above, someone, long ago, has scrolled advice for those who would approach it. The beak screams wordlessly at me, furiously intoning the words of the ancient beings that once worshipped here. My scanner detects traces of a catalyst around it, but can't specify which one. A common one. A common one. The beak whispers the words of those who once worshipped here. You've learned the Gek word for monolith and kneel, and the Atlas word for cycle. That could have been the best possible outcome, or maybe if I had given the uncommon catalyst, despite what the other text said, maybe something else would have happened. You can look those up online if you're particularly curious or you just want the best rewards from all the monoliths. I'll admit that when I'm off stream, I'm looking some of them up. And when I'm here, I'm just, we'll just reason them out, or if I've seen them before, I try to remember. But they're like data tables people pulled, some of these, all kinds of little riddles with rewards. And the monolith ones are pretty well documented. And you can see them multiple times. You may see them multiple times, although there are many of them. How far is that? Not enough fuel. Not enough ferrite dust. Am I not carrying a whole backpack of shit? Right now, our backpack is not quite big enough for... This will eventually be 48 slots. On the other save, I got as far as 42 or 3 when, yeah. And this will get up to 48 slots. It's up to 33 so far. Had to prioritize. I needed some basics, and now I'm starting to branch out. And these are nice 500 stacks. Big stacks, 500 units. Hey there, Columbo. See you too. And we need a stack of ferrite. Different types of ferrite, including dust. Just dust. Oh, I gotta show you guys something. I mentioned it a little bit on stream the other day. I tested it after the stream, and I can now confirm there is a weird bug. Yes, your truck does have a lot of ferrite. Well, depending on how old it is. I mean, modern trucks have less, but yeah, your truck probably still has a lot. You can mine. This is a bug. I don't know if they'll fix it. I don't know if I should be sharing it. Okay, so please, everyone out there, and Hello Games, consider this a bug report if you're seeing it. I have not submitted it as a bug report. Feel free to, anyone out there who wants to submit this as a bug report. But in the meantime, I'll just point this out. Let's pick something here. These resources, that's ferrite dust. You shoot one of them up close, relatively close. Find one in our line of sight. It's pretty close. We're doing about 72 to 96 damage. You can see how quickly it's going. It takes about 5-6 seconds and it's gone, right? This is an unlimited mining bug from a single node. From a greater distance, all right, from that distance, we're still doing 96, 72, 96. Let's pick this one further away. Should have picked a larger target. It would have been easier to demo. Yeah, we're only doing, did you see the 36 tick? All right, we're kind of getting there. We're only doing 36 from that distance. And yeah, I should have picked something bigger. Daisy, hey, thank you for the host. So keep an eye on it. Let's see if I can hit it from here even. 3952. Did you see how the damage went down? 3952. That's really too small a target for this demonstration, and we need to be able to hit it from really far away for this to work. But let's see if I can get out of range here. 44, 33. I need a better spot to stand because I can't back up into these plants. Maybe up at the top of this hill. All you have to do is find something that's out of range. So, you know, I could pick something else. We could pick something like a big chlorine rock. Probably a big chlorine rock. A nice target from a distance. Can I hit it from this distance? No. Okay, perfect. You see how we're not getting anything? Look up under plasma launcher. Nothing. No resources are coming in. Let's get a little closer. All right. See how we're getting resources? I'm gonna stay on this rock. See how we're getting resources? And there's no damage numbers showing up, as well as no ring. So when you're close enough, you see the ring. When you're far enough away, you don't see the ring, but you still see the damage numbers. Daisy, hold that thought. Terrible, but I'm doing great in-game. Because we're playing the game. Hope you're doing well. I don't want to think about other stuff. Can we just talk about the game? I'm fucked in my head. Please don't ask. I'm sorry. Sorry for responding that way. But I know you mean it when you ask. And I hate giving people bullshit answers, which is why I don't like the question these days. Sorry. This is... I'm sorry, I just want to do this. Can we pass on the question? Pass. I'm trying to talk about an exploit in the game, and I don't even want to think about me. Sorry. I don't know why you have such an ability to derail me with just those simple greetings and how are you, but I do know you mean it. Yeah, I'm trying to demonstrate a bug, I'm sorry, but you asked me how I was doing, which is very normal, and I lost it. I've lost it when you've asked me how I'm doing a few times. I'm trying to warn you off. Teacher, please, just come in and say, fuck you, or say, hope you're doing well, or something. But honestly, asking how I'm doing is really good way to derail me right now. And this is for everybody. I don't want to think about it. So let's start over. There's an unlimited mining bug. Consider this a bug report. Hello games, if you're watching, you need to fix this. Okay, let's start over. If you are out of range, you can't collect a resource. If you are just barely in range, you can collect the resource without doing any damage to the node. And you can sit there collecting it forever. And it doesn't matter if it's a ferrite rock this big or a node the size of a building. Yeah, Daisy, that's what I'm trying to demonstrate. An unlimited mining bug that Hello Game should fix. And it doesn't matter how big the node is. So what happens if you get a little closer is you'll start to see damage. It's actually doing 4 damage. You could hit this rock for an hour or 5 minutes doing 4 damage and collect resources, but if you go just far enough away that you don't even see the ticks, but you're close enough that it's still collecting, and there's just an edge there for any node, you can collect it forever and ever and ever. So yeah, if you mine from just far enough away, unlimited. And if you go a little further away, it'll stop. You won't be able to get it. There is a limit to how far your beam goes. Like we can't get anything from here. It doesn't matter what you collect with that. It doesn't just work on chlorine. It works on anything with the mining beam. And the closer you get, the more damage you do per tick. And eventually you'll see the bar. And then it'll actually, I mean, we're doing damage to that rock. That rock will disappear now, eventually. But, yeah, it works. So, I'm not encouraging everybody to exploit it. Although I know what you all are going to do, now that you know. I am suggesting that Hello Games pay attention. I can't be the only one who noticed that. You should probably fix that sometime soon.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Yeah, so there it is. Simpika, hello. Thank you for the host. You guys do what you want. I'm not gonna spend the stream sitting there just farming a node. That would be a pretty boring stream. We need to start collecting uranium. In fact, does this planet have any uranium? I do need to start mining some uranium. I want to get more sockets in our exosuit tech. Simpika, thanks, you too. Cheers. Trombones, off to do the beer research. Study hard. Have a good one, man. Yeah, you too. Good. We didn't come here for uranium. We came here for the transmission tower. We may stop for uranium if we see something convenient. That's what I was gonna go, and we didn't have fuel. And ferrite dust, that's when I decided to demo that. Did I even collect enough ferrite dust to make a metal plate? I'm not sure I did. Need fuel. Our ship, launch fuel. Yeah, that stuff. Give me the juice. Good win. What's happening? Cheers. Still not at the center yet. Restarted. And you saw how we restarted. I'm not looking for the center. I was gonna say, maybe the center of a Tootsie Pop. Hey, Caesar, greetings. Caesar's greetings. So, yeah, misbehave. Did you like that trick?
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Oh, yeah, man. Thanks. I was kind of wondering the other day when you were gifting subs, but I wasn't gonna say anything. Thank you for the sub. Cheers to you. Steel Goodwin. Rock and roll. Thank you very much. You were gonna say something. I know you were. Yeah, I ramble a lot. What was it about? Errant thoughts. I'm so glad we can get cash for scanning things now, even though I didn't find any S-Class mods.
Just came in over a secure channel.
Ah, Goodwin's at it again. Gifting a sub to Columbo. Columbo says, I have to go. Dawson's Creek is on right as you're getting a gift sub. I don't know if you're still lurking out there, but if you aren't, Columbo, we'll hit you up on Discord and let you know. No, not, well, with Mining Beam, not Terrain Manipulator. Not Terrain. So I slipped a little when you said including copper. Only if, are there any nodes anywhere that you can get copper with the Mining Beam, maybe as a secondary element? Here's the other thing though, I'm pretty sure the secondary elements, you find something that is two things, like that's carbon and gamma root. If you shoot it normally, you'll get carbon, and how much gamma root did we get? Not much. 7 units of gamma root. But if you go far enough away that you're just doing a little damage tick, I'm not sure how much gamma root you get. And if you go far enough away that you're not doing any damage tick and you're just getting the base resource, I don't know if you even get the secondary resource. I did test it a little and I didn't see any of it. Maybe in a longer test it would have appeared. So I don't know if you can ever see secondary resource that way. Terrain Manipulator. You know what? I haven't even tried it. Give it a shot. Let me know what you find out. I don't think I've tried that. Copper is such a pain in the ass to collect enough of, isn't it? It would be great if you could do that with copper. Timing. Usually mute my phone.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
How did I figure it out? I just noticed it happening. I'm shooting a lot of things from a distance. I'm standing on a trade platform watching ships come in, and I'm shooting trees and rocks and trying to get stuff, and I'm too far away. I can't get anything. And then, you know, at some point I'm just far enough away from something that I was getting a resource. I guess the first thing I noticed that stood out though wasn't the full-on bug, was the reduced damage numbers. I thought it was weird that I was getting. It was the other day. I mentioned it on stream the other day before I figured it all out. I mean, it's not that complicated, but I noticed it the other day and didn't really see what was going on. And I think I mentioned that I had farmed a node for a really long time and it was only doing like 4 per tick. You guys hold on a second. Hold on one second. Oh God. Oh. Wow. She was mostly Yikes. Let me untangle my earbuds here. Whew. Well, first, when your mom calls twice in a row and you know that she knows that you're live, you know it's important, and then when you answer the call and she's hysterical. And hornets are really bad. Suppose it could have been a whole lot worse. She's mostly panicked. She was already back inside. She'd been pulling weeds and encountered. It sounds like maybe a ground nest. She's still dealing. She's very much still dealing. But she was inside already when she called. She was freaking out and didn't know what to do. She was figured they were in her clothes, stuck in her clothes. Change your clothes. But yeah, just wouldn't you panic? You would panic if you got swarmed by hornets too. I ran into a hornet's nest in the ground near my gate where I take the dogs out through a few years back. Yes, she did get stung. She's not allergic, but she definitely got stung, and she's trying to determine if she's still getting stung, at risk for getting stung, and doesn't want to release hornets into the house, but mostly needed to hear somebody's voice, and I think she needed to ground herself for a moment before she could deal with it. Fortunately, not allergic. Ah, jeez. Horrible. That's horrible. So, you know, if she calls back, I'm going to pause and take the call, but she's going to change and assess the situation further. You got chased by a bee's nest as a kid and got stung and got no freaking bueno. Yeah, I made a poor decision as a kid. I had a forked path, and one path there was this very menacing bumblebee who would have done nothing, and I would have walked right by it. And there was a deck being inspected because of a wasp's nest that needed to be exterminated, and they had kicked the deck to stir it up to figure out where everything was. And they were all stirred up, and there were wasps swarming, and I thought the bumblebee was so big and menacing that I would do better to run as fast as I could through the wasps, because, you know, if I ran really fast, surely they wouldn't get me. Kids are dumb. You have to learn lessons the hardest way sometimes. Hey, Kaj, you sat on a bee when you were a kid and got stung. That's no fun. No fun. Bumblebees are A-okay. But angry wasps, screw that noise. All right. Sorry, thank you for letting me deal with that. I prepared to insert the Korvax intelligence core. This is from our scientist at the base. Hey, Yui. And they were cut off from the rest of the Korvax. They want us to take their intelligence core to this transmission tower. The judgment of the Convergence awaits. Terminal online. Connection established. Error. Diagnostic Korvax Science Unit corrupted by Traveler interaction. Personality overwritten. Anomaly involvement detected. Solution: quarantine Korvax Science Unit from Convergence. Observe, analyze, silence. Hypothesis: Sentinel. Atlas: universal foci. Countermeasure in progress. Risk assessment: entropic. Well, you got that right. Galactic destruction. Rebirth. That's my mission, baby. The risk assessment is correct. Atlas. Error. 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 They see you. Yeah, gosh, yeah, you guys got it. You guys got it. I suppose a really angry bumblebee is not the best. Something had to lead to, I'm squishing up a baby bumblebee. All of that. Who the hell wrote that song? God, I haven't thought about that in a while. Really? People are fucked up. Anyways. God, you know the song, right? You've never heard the song? I'm squishing up my baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm squishing up my baby bumblebee. What does it go? Ugh, it's all over me. Isn't that how it goes? You're making me dig up a 30-plus year memory here. I'm gonna be 40 this year. I'm sure I wasn't 10 the last time I heard that. If I'm the only one who knows that, we've got real problems. Someone unplug me from the Matrix now. Please. You know it? Thank you. Thank you, Misbehave. Thank you. This is not a Norwegian thing, so you're innocent. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's not. Right. We just come here for the Korvax? That's the only reason we came here? We'll go to a nice chill planet and just go wander and explore or something. What happened at the monolith? We're not going to the portal right now. We got plenty to do on this part of the galaxy. How about the manufacturing facility, though? We may as well hit up a manufacturing facility. See if we can get a nice blueprint. Huey? Also November. Yeah. Gonna be 36 November. Your mom just told you, sleep now. Well, my mom just called. She was being stung by hornets that she dug up in the ground. Wants to know what the heck to do. I'm 1,600 miles away. There's not a whole lot I can do from here, but... in the atmosphere, or are you gonna let me hit the pulse? This PA says, you're all youngins. Come on. When I was getting into on-site computer work 20 years ago, I'm traveling around to different homes and businesses and meeting people, and I'm starting to recognize as I go into my 20s that I'm not made out of rubber anymore, to say nothing of 30s and, you know, whatever I haven't gotten to yet. But as I would comment on anything like that, I would have clients of all different ages. It only had to be about 10, 15 years. Hey, Chronic, what's up? I would get called young names, you know, young pup, whatever. But the thing was, people who were 10 or 15 years older than me were calling me a young pup when I was 20, and they were calling me a young pup when I was 25, and they were calling me a young pup when I was 30, and they were calling me a young pup when I was 35.
Radiation protection.
Misbehave. You're all youngins. It's just, yeah, if you got 5 or 10 years on someone, the next thing you know, you're... Yeah. I'm just a young pup forever because someone's always going to be 10 years older than I am? Well, I guess that's alright. We can all be young pups forever. Unless we make it to 110. So, Chronic, what's up today? I already busted into this facility? We just come to a manufacturing facility that's open. Yeah. I wish the waypoints didn't light up like that. Every once in a while, an NPC you ask for directions will call out a waypoint you've already been to. That might be the most frustrating of all, when you get sent, here's your hand-picked directions. Go check this place out. You've already been there. Okay. Let's go give the scientist his brain back. So far, we've just been going ping-pong around the system. We haven't really done anything. Yeah, I tested it, and we were testing it earlier today. Chronic, you tested it too. I was just demonstrating and explaining it on stream a few minutes ago, but you're absolutely right. It sure does work on anything with the mining beam. Did you happen to test it with the terrain manipulator? I did not. It was asked. It doesn't work with the terrain manipulator, does it? Doesn't seem like it would. But yeah, you described it quite clearly there. Hell of a thing, isn't it? Great, you pick a point from elevation and. But anyways. Hey, and Chronic, before I go in to talk to the scientist, I found a scrapped hauler. And I got about 5 mil trade value in it, and then I found this thing with 19 plus 6 slots. And nice stats. Eagle of Sleep! This is a cool name. That was the given name. I didn't name that yet. It's a good name, though. I might not change it. That's a good name. We have reinserted for consciousness. Operator entity. Ayatasia's shell sits in front of me, waiting reconnection. Sorry, I'm still hung up on his name. How would you pronounce that name? Ayatasia. Trapped inside the data core, I have no way of knowing how the Korvax has taken the encounter at the transmitter. Shell reconnection in progress. Oh, we can't even talk to him for 90 minutes? He needs 90 minutes to reboot? Running off a cell phone? You just named a waypoint. Uh-oh, what have you done? What have you done? Dashi Station. But I was gonna go to... So I think the scientist will give us our medium refiner blueprints, that stuff. I don't have a medium or a large refiner blueprint yet. Permanent tech. I guess we have a large. Huh. I'd settle for a medium. Just have something sort of permanent sitting around. I don't need to put fuel in. Alright, we gotta clean up a little bit here. Gamma root was from the demo. We'll need this stuff. We'll make it, collect it. Of course, I do have storage containers. I could have just stashed it away, but they were just taking up space. You get it from the base computer. Oh. Yeah, and that other storage container. Where are we at with our base computer? Selenium. We have the hazmat gauntlets. Expanding the base. We have any of the base computer stuff. Wouldn't there be base computer stuff in addition to those others? Maybe I just don't remember the order of events. Or what order we took things in before. As it happens, chlorine's a good one to farm in general because it tends to spawn on those really huge rocks that are easy to see and shoot from a distance. And forgetting that it bugs out and you can get as much as you want, just in general, they're really big and easy to shoot, and chlorine's worth a lot. Give this Gek relic to someone. Activated copper. That's right. Wanted to break that down to chromatic. Grab that. I don't know when I grabbed that, but I left that in there. I must have been up late. Or up early. Are you not doing all of it? Do all of it. That down. I'll put some of this stuff away. I have some storage containers. I'll stash the tech modules for later when we need them. Soon we'll be making more storage containers. That's my phosphorus stack. Can't you take the part that'll fit? Thanks. Wait, transfer item to my inventory. You're being weird. It's not letting me transfer that item? Any item right now? It's being wonky. Something's definitely buggy. This technology is critically damaged. That's like a ship message. This technology is critically damaged. What do you see popping up behind it? It's like a thruster message. Looks like a broken pulse engine or something. Well, that's a fun bug. Can't use your storage containers because it thinks they're a broken ship. Yeah, look at what's in the background. That's interesting enough. Should we try reloading the game just to see what happens? Or should we try tweaking something else to see if we can affect it before reloading the game? Get in and out of a ship. Let's try switching ships. Change ship inventories. Primary starship switched. Not that this ship is broken. This ship's just fine. I guess this is my reward for pointing out the other bug. Oh, you found a good bug? Well, here's a bad bug. Still not working. Doesn't seem to care which inventory we were in, or... Oh, it went the other... Nice, I can trap the rest of my phosphorus in my storage container. All right, you can store, but we can't retrieve. You can break the containers down and remake them. Make sure I have enough resources. See if I can do that. May as well test this. Storage container. We have what we need. Wait. Suggestion? What do you want to try? One of these has nothing in it. This one's probably break this one up. I was saving the Korvax Convergence Cube for the scientist when he needs it later. Just in case it bugs out. You can recreate these and keep the materials in them. Shouldn't be a problem. Try making a new one of the same one on another planet, taking everything out of it, then deleting the one you have here after. If it goes that far, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, but that's more work. Going to a whole nother planet to create it, I'd rather reload. So we can test that if it persists after a reload and we're really that screwed, then yeah, we'll try making it on another planet. But for now, why don't we try breaking one of these. Recreate it on the same planet. You know, baby steps. Okay. Could have put it back in its proper spot. I'll just, whatever, we'll leave it there for now. We'll put it back later. And yes, we'll be on another planet. You want to check another planet real quick? Let's check another planet. It's faster than reloading, I guess. I will take you directly to our smooth planet. Next to one of many bunny rocks on this this world. It doesn't have a teleporter, though. Yeah, but ship's coming with us. The exotic's coming with us. I found this planet last night. It is so cool. It does have the occasional, it says superheated rainstorm. Yeah, fine, we got here during a storm. It's a verdant planet with limited sentinels, the most incredible rocks and terrain. And Bunny Rock, it has a lot of rocks like that. But it also has the smoothest floating rocks and overhangs, long stretches of them, skipping stones out in the water. Just have to wait out this little storm here. No, I really like this planet. So let's make a storage container here and see if we can even use it. Not even on another planet. So something bugged out with these storage containers where you can't retrieve anything from them under certain conditions. Well, it was worth trying. Check this planet out. It has these great rock arches, but mostly these smooth platforms of rock. Before we reload, I just gotta fly around for a minute. Hi, Sam. Rocks like this is why I decided to call the planet smooth. Look at those floating out there. Now, we're just on the edge of a huge body of water, but this whole planet has cool rocks. Bunny rock. There's actually a lot of them like that, those bunny ear rocks. Look at this. Look at these rock formations, and the planet's just littered with them. Don't mind the trees. Low clearance. Yeah, Chronic. I'm enamored of this landscape, and I've traveled a bit on this planet, though we should travel a lot more. There are so many cool areas. I mean, you could have 10 bases on this planet and do some really cool stuff with each of them. With all the different rock formations it has. Yeah, rock bridges, arches, natural arches, things like that. It's quite a nice world. It has some really cool creatures. The trees, it has really tall redwood-like trees. It has palm trees and all kinds of cool, familiar tree types in different sizes. Huge trunks. I saw some tree trunks that were so wide I wasn't sure if I was looking at a rock or a tree at first. Look at this little floating palm tree islands. All right, maybe not a palm tree, but this planet. Captain Frantic. Heyo. Misbehave, you built platforms, bridges from rock to rock at your base. And that's what you were thinking, Chronic? Something along those lines? Yeah, we have to find a nice configuration that was close enough natural rocks close enough to each other that we could connect them. Yeah, look at some of these nice big trees. This is one of those with a huge base. That's what I was thinking at one point. I was standing next to a tree going, damn, that's a big trunk. And in other places, there are trees taller than those, just huge towering trees. It is a lovely planet. So I named the planet and the system. I wanted to call the planet Smooth, something like smooth. So I looked up different translations for smooth. And that's smooth in Polish, unless I screwed it up. Vodka. And the system, which this is like the only blue world in the system, I think. It has 5 planets, 1 moon, and the rest is hot and airless and whatnot. But this, yeah. Untroubled. That was the other reason I called it Om. Untroubled. Flourishing, untroubled. Experimental. 5 planets, 1 moon, and the hell of a beautiful planet. So we'll be spending some time here. I have not found all the life on this planet. 7 of 11, did it say? 7 of 11. We've got twin species here. Inonisleum and Simia delingi. But they're identical. Got some other cool stuff. Alright, checking a message here. Oh boy. Yeah, my mom has moved on to applying ice and calming down from her hornet encounter. Close, Jay, but it should be Gladkey. Well, I was pulling it off of Google Translate, so I wonder how I ended up with what I had. Also, not able to use accented characters. I don't think. Can you use accented characters in game? I'm just using a Western keyboard with the ANSI layout, you know, normal for me, so I didn't think to check. So if the name's not quite right, it is what it is. It has a name. It has a name. I didn't want to leave it unnamed. More to the point, I didn't want to leave it unnamed and have somebody somehow visit it and upload it, because I really like this world. And if by some, I still don't understand why, but I mean, if I can go into systems other people have, if I stumble into systems other people have discovered and end up on planets and systems they've discovered, you know, I don't want that happening in the systems we've discovered. Not on the planets that matter. I don't want someone else discovering our favorite.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Big Tall, thank you for the host. Captain Frantic, no, I don't think I did. And you're right, Chronic, at checking it again, and not only Translate is showing precisely what you showed today, so I'm wondering what I saw when I did it, how I got it wrong. So it's all good. All good. It still makes me scratch my head. Bet you can't change those things later. I don't think I did see your question. No, all I saw was heyo. Was it too long? question may have been too long to post. Well, of course, but if it's too long, it was short. Well, I didn't get it. So, what? I don't know what you're asking. I didn't block anything the first time. You may try again, of course. What was it? We need to try reloading and see if that fixes the bug or not. Guess we could try quitting to mode select before we do a complete game exit. I don't know where you're sending your question, Captain Frantic. I didn't get a whisper, and it's not in chat. Still bugged. That's not a good sign. Let's reload from scratch, and if it still doesn't work, we're gonna not put anything in storage containers until we find out what Hello Games broke. I don't know. Use a different word. What are you asking? Use a different word. If you think it's blocking a word you're using, use a different word. I don't know if it's blocking anarchist. It'd be kind of strange, but... I'm not blocking the word anarchist. Nope. Simple answer. You may ask, it is not indicative of that. The answer. No, games are a common ground. We can come together, find common ground. We can recognize that we have a lot in common, all of us, no matter how different we think we are sometimes. We have a lot in common, more than we do differences. And there are a lot of times when humans forget that. Few more readily than when discussing politics or religion. That's when people forget that we're on the same side and start butting heads and drawing lines and saying, no, but you, but you, but you, but me over here and you over there. And so fuck that noise. Not here. Yay! Not a... Okay. That's all. We just needed to reload the damn game. I'm glad we tested it 5 other ways first. So, just in case it happens again, we know we need to reload, and we know that changing ships and inventories and planets and remaking the storage container 6 ways from Sunday doesn't seem to matter. So that's good. That's good. We don't even really need this storage container here. We'll leave it. It's fine. Alright, we don't have a teleporter here yet. Maybe we should just make one. I want to put it where the storage container is. Doesn't really matter. Something here. If we ever build here, everything's just gonna get remade. Just need something. Okay. Hey, are you one of the cows with the cool heads? No? Which are you? Which are you? Two tails. Strange ridges on her back. You have 3,000 hours in game. I'm kind of hopelessly falling for the game too. I just restarted after 125 hours. I got caught up in the Purge quest line and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't mean to get there and didn't want to deal with it and just restart. Yeah, I could see myself spending thousands of hours in this game. I may end up needing an intervention. Chronic says, I don't think that's a stupid question, but said, has anybody ran into a situation where you went to sell something but you got 0 units for it? I have not. Where are we going? What are we doing? Shut down a weapons factory. Oh yeah, for our weapons master at the base. Was that on planet with at our other base? Might have been. Ah, at least now I can get what I was going to out of the storage containers if they're still working when we land. Hopefully. I've never been spawned out on the platform here. I'm usually, when I travel here, I usually spawn in precisely this spot. Whatever ship I have spawns right there. Alright, now I made a mess of the storage containers. I wanted this to work. All I wanted. Don't bug out on me now. Maybe this is what triggered it. If it triggers again, I'm trying to take 500 units of phosphorus and transfer it over, and it can only hold 500, so it shouldn't be able to do it. That's how it should work. Move 500, inventory full, leave the rest. Happy, happy, joy. Joy. It's not that hard. Thanks, game. See, you didn't have to bug out. Where were we? Weapons factory. I was breaking down copper into chromatic metal. Let me put this silly thing back where it belongs, because I can't handle it being there for more than a minute or two. Misbehaved had an answer, maybe. Chronic. Some things don't sell for anything, like unstable plasma sells for 0. I didn't know that. We ran out of fuel. Nice. Okay.
Technology recharge. Storage.
About to break that down. Copyright should be in a container. I don't have a that for now. You just tried selling some random resource like ferrite dust and you got nothing either. I haven't looked closely at the economies besides the basic type, the values plus minus. Could it be reducing the value by so much in the system you're in? Couldn't be that, could it? Sounds like we're just running into new bugs right and left. Hi, Marisha. Good to see you. Hope you've been well. Give me my mantle. Every bug procedurally generated bugs. Yeah, there you go. Nailed it. I know it seems silly. Why am I breaking down 5 units of copper? Because I don't know when we're gonna collect any copper, so I want it out of my inventory while I'm thinking about it. Okay, dropping it in a box, giving it to a Gek, burning through it as quickly as possible, using it when we need it, and am I still carrying nav data in the ship? I am. Okay. Blah 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 blah. You want a relic? You do. Marisha, I don't even know anymore, but this game is keeping me from thinking about it, and I like this game. That's how I'm doing. I like this game. Still working the night shift for 3 more weeks to go, and then are you done with the night shift for a while? If so, I bet you're looking forward to that. I've never really worked a night shift. Because I've worked some jobs that kind of went into the beginning of the night. I've never worked a night shift proper. Chronic, you've tried 3 different systems, all the same. It's the same 3 out of like the 12 various systems you've been selling off for the past few weeks. So like 3 of the systems are bugged for your... Are you suggesting that in 3 of those systems, things are selling improperly for improper amounts or some things? I had a space station that was respawning exosuit upgrades
Message
on our
for
other
you, Commander.
save.
Just came in over a secure channel.
Misbehave just gifted a sub to Marisha. Hey, thank you, Misbehave. That was awful nice. And cheers to both of you. Marisha. How do you like them apples? You might do overtime on the night shift, but no more full-time schedule. At least if you do the overtime, it'll be well worth it. Captain Frantic, you have nothing right now, but you always like to ask, do you accept hints and tips? Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. In this game? Yeah. Yeah. It always depends on what we're playing, but thank you for asking, most of all. And yes, tips and hints are welcome in this game. Alright, I'm just rambling. Let's go to check out the weapons factory. It's not really on world, is it? It's not. We're gonna crash taking off. Oh! In a weird way, there is. Marisha, the game has gotten a number of updates since it launched, and some of the big updates have included a lot of lore. And if you take the bits of lore and put them together and the quest lines that have been added that explore the lore, yeah, it even has a story. It's not a traditional story. It's more uncovering the mystery of existence and the nature of what you are and where the different races came from. But yeah, there is, and it's pretty cool. It's why I restarted after playing for 125 hours. I accidentally got too close to the end of the story. And even though I know what was going to happen, it was going to confront me with choices I didn't want to make, and I wasn't ready to make yet. And the easiest thing to do for me was just restart. Yeah, it's almost, in a sense, it's almost like Dark Souls in the way it tells its story. You have to squint and use your imagination and take little bits of it from everywhere, and then, yeah, it's there. Not that anything else about this game can be compared to Dark Souls, but the lore can. The storytelling can. So we could use the ship to bust the door, or just use the bolt caster. If you're far enough away from the door, the sentinels won't necessarily even see who's shooting. Well, this one's right next to me. He knows who's shooting. I gotta say, this is easier than taking off and swinging around in the ship. Production status, 95% efficiency. Factory was indeed engaged in the production of illegal weaponry, just as the Vy'keen claimed. I should shut down the production and see what can be gleaned from their systems. Normally you'd get a little puzzle, sort of puzzle, at least a choice. And this is a story mission, so. New blueprint accepted, beginning fabrication. I override the production line, substituting their blueprints for something more harmless. The factory will produce light bulbs, at least for now. I take a copy of the weapon blueprint previously in production, although I cannot understand it. It was solo-ish. It was solo, but they've added multiplayer. It's a shared world with 18 quintillion potential procedurally generated stars. And since players start on different worlds, randomized worlds, initially no one met anyone. But eventually people were able to meet in the galaxy, and eventually they even added multiplayer to the game to make it even easier for people to play together. But the people around are players? Mostly no. But you can join others, and you can even randomly meet in the galaxy, but odds are low-ish on that. Real low. But it has happened. Maybe, Captain Frantic, since you've got 3,000 hours, and I was talking about it with Chronic and some other people the other day, maybe you have something to add to my question of what is the most likely reason? What are some likely reasons other players, these are not discovered by Exavij, I don't know, Zb, not on my friends list. So, how did we end up in systems discovered by other players? Was it related to the Atlas missions? Do the Atlas stations spawn in systems that are not fully randomized so that multiple players end up in them? I don't know if those are from Atlas stations. One of them was, and I think one of them wasn't. Somehow we ended up in a system, 2 systems already, that other people had discovered. However low the odds are, and they were supposed to be really low, there's some reason it keeps happening. It's not just defying the odds. There's some game mechanic at work, and I don't know which one. Captain Frantic, yeah, Atlas stations tend to act as focuses. Lots of players get sent to those systems. If the explanation is that simple, I love how simple and sensible it is. That's all I need. If that's what's going on. The story directs you to systems with Atlas stations. Yeah, and if they're not randomly, like the Atlas station doesn't just spawn randomly in some systems for your benefit, but it's actually in, there's an Atlas station here in the galaxy, and here, and here, and here. And I guess, yeah, it would have to herd players towards static locations in the galaxy, even if there were many, many, many of them. Even if they could be generated as needed, if they're being reused, then it would explain a lot. It's not random, it's procedural. A lot of words come out of my mouth. They're not all precise, but you're right. Not random, procedural. I'll still say random a lot, but I think you'll know what I mean mostly. There's a lot of pseudo RNG in the procedural generation. Seeds, RNG, but we don't have to break it all down every time, right? Words can be hard. Words are hard. We just come here for that? I want to go explore some new planets and keep an eye out for even better scanner mods and check out some new systems. So I couldn't even make warp fuel last night. What was I running out of? Running out of basics. It was chromatic metal I was getting short on, so we couldn't make antimatter. That was pretty much it. And ferrite dust, somehow one of the most basic materials, because I'm always keeping stacks of other things. I never have ferrite dust. We should just get some ferrite dust. I know we don't need to farm an unlimited amount of it from... We don't need to bug out the spawn. Just do it the normal way, okay? It was fun to look at how that can happen. He's good for now. 4. I made 4. Great. All right. What did we need for another one? We needed more ferrite dust. More ferrite dust then. Let's at least even it out and load up the hyperdrive. Go away, Sentinel. No one likes you. That's the truth. We can go further in the exotic, as 156 on the hyperdrive, but I haven't put any special. Yeah, we're good. We're good. I don't mind hopping 100 at a time. I'm not trying to go maximum distance here. We just want cool places to go. Wait, gotta check those birds. So after playing Phantom Pain, I'd be driving around town and I'd see large storage containers and my brain would think about Fultoning storage containers. Now in this game, as a result of this game, when I'm driving around town or walking out the door, I see birds flying overhead and my brain thinks about scanning them. I live next to a nature area. There's a lot of birds out there, and so I'm out with the dogs, and 5 or 6 times while I'm out with the dogs, my brain just goes, gotta scan the birds. It's just a passing thought. I don't really think I have to stop what I'm doing and look at the birds, but my brain does that for a moment. Oh, look, there's a bird to scan. At least I'm not doing that to people. Oh, there's a strange looking person. I'm gonna scan you. Marisha, you remember people being disappointed after all the hype. I didn't play the game then. I'm new to the game, so I've had the benefit of not having to meet that disappointment head on. Hello, here's some carbon. Now teach me the words of your people. Yes, you have learned the Gek word for cheapskate. Carbon, really? You give me the most plentiful thing in the galaxy? Gex will take anything. I'm surprised they're not running around asking for gold-pressed latinum. Probably trademarked. Copyrighted or something. So, almost like mission board quests, doing the base quests, they are kind of fetch quests. They have some good dialogue on, one end or the other. A little bit of lore here and a little bit of lore there. Especially the scientist one. I really like the scientist. This is a real bot. It's a real bot. But he's quasi-sentient. We worry about Entrobot a lot. And one day we will all be enslaved, so it's up to you how nice you want to be to the bot, but the bot is always watching. You have shut down the production, Interloper? Perhaps we shall make a Vy'keen out of you yet. Excellent work, Interloper. Grah! Did you obtain any technology of our own? Here, I will decrypt it for you. So continue your training. Weapons are nothing without usage, without the glory of righteous war. Cool, we got cadmium and Emerald Drive blueprints now. As for actually getting cadmium, Nada and Polo and other NPCs will sometimes give us ship mods that we don't want to use. They're like junky mods. We'll install them, break them down, and we'll get some stuff like cadmium. Yeah, frighteningly on point. More so when working of their own accord. Just accept my help. But sometimes we can. Yes, thank you, bot. That's what I was looking for. Just accept my help. Ha! Cadmium is like copper on red stars. Okay, so once we're in a red star system, which I haven't been to, they'll be plentiful-ish. Steel yourself, Interloper. Pirates have discovered our world. Grah! They will provide practice for your weapons. Attack! Grah! Attack! Burn their hives of villainy and sin. Let them know that this is no one's sky but ours. They tell me of the pirates, the armor begins to shake. I have not seen such passion, such hatred expressed in them for any other being. The armorer alerts me to the presence of pirate ships orbiting this world, asking me to go and fight them. Oh, you bet. I'd correct your syntax, Daisy, but I'm worried I would botch it up too. I'm a little fuzzy on one of our own commands. Probably on the website though. I know there used to be 3 variations of each of the drink commands, and I always meant to clean them up. Make them simpler. Grah! Fight well, interloper. Destroy them before they draw more sentinel attention to our homeworld. Yeah, I know that that's not gonna work. We are going to draw more sentinel attention to our homeworld. Nevertheless. Uh-oh. I don't have enough juice, do I? I'll leave my fighter. Lamia's cakes. Best cakes. If we ever have a get-together in Germany, then we're all the starship is going to be very lucky.
Warning. Threat detected.
Just out of range. Thought it was actually blown away.
Threat detected.
Oh, feeling twitchy. Twitchy. Didn't realize there was 2 at first. It makes more sense. He did say pirates. Those pirates chose poorly. The very first words I ever spoke on Twitch were, it was like the "you chose poorly" line, but it was, anyways, I was lurking in a channel I liked a year before I ever started streaming, and I was watching someone play a Telltale game, and they made a good decision, and I said, "She chose wisely," and I got timed out for spoiling. That was my introduction to Twitch. The people are very, very, very picky. I can be picky about spoilers, but yeah, hey, it's life. I'm sub to that channel too. That's I got timed out in Skin Teen's channel for commenting on a decision she made in the Telltale game back in 2014 or very early 2015, probably 2014. Anyways, life goes on. If you haven't been timed out for something stupid, then I guess you weren't saying anything. But yeah, that was the lurker who finally speaks up, and it's like, bad lurker. Alright, some channels are pickier. That's why you just gotta roll with the rules, alright? If you're in a channel with the rules are this, and they wanna be, that's the rules. You don't, if you're gonna hop from Twitch channel to Twitch channel, you just gotta roll with the punches. No big deal. it done, interloper? Have you purged these vile beings from our air? Draw, well fought, interloper. To be young, to kill again. Draw, how I envy you. Interloper, there is both good and bad news. Some of the pirates appear to have fled your wrath, but this merely delays their righteous extermination. Hunt them down, interrogate them for potential weapons tech, and then consign them to Great Abyss. Grah! Officer Upkenro is clearly possessed by the thrill of the hunt. But this energy cannot disguise the fact they appear to be weakening. Has residing here in my base caused them to become ill? The armorer wishes for me to find one of the escaped pirates and take any tech they may possess. This is your prize, interloper. Weapons tech and a pirate to do with as you will. Grah! Make our ancestors proud. I want to go to some new systems. It's alright, this is okay. We're due for a break, but let's delay the break a little bit to try and appease the armorer here. We end up getting in... Maybe we should break first. We end up getting attacked here at our base. This is a spoiler, just like he keeps saying. We don't want them to find us here. They found us here. Go into space and attack them. Well, yeah, we end up getting attacked here. So, maybe we should break before that happens. But he's sending us off-world. Maybe we could, We started late. Let's go a little longer before I take a break here. We started a little late. Okay, Marisha will be here.
Technology recharge.
Gonna stick that in a storage container. Ah. That is exactly one poop of copyright. We need more copyright. If we need that little copyright, we'll just get something to poop it out. About 4 hours today. In a few minutes, we're gonna take a break, probably a 10-minute break. Keep going. Just like I'll take any excuse to go wandering across a planet's surface, and I personally like the buried tech modules. I'll use that as my breadcrumb. Breadcrumb's a bad choice of description. I'll use that as a carrot to lead me across a planet's surface for no particular reason other than I want to play. So, it's a reason to go that way or that way. But, I found I really kind of like the mission board missions for the same reason. Some of them. Whether it's go kill sentinels or take a picture of an airless world, just having a MacGuffin, having a reason to go do something gets you out exploring. And that's when all the good stuff happens. Captain, you'll probably lurk for a few and just listen. You have a whole lot of tasks. In-game task to attend to. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Lurk on, and if we don't see you pop up again today, we'll catch you next time. Hopefully. Hey, Macerator. Marisha, your daughter put the open jar of jam in the pantry instead of the fridge. How long? How long was it in there? Thank you very much, Captain. I don't know if the alerts are lagging or what. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Good to have you with us. There are alerts. I don't know where they're at. They usually work. 2 days, jam, 2 days. Cool pantry. Relatively cool. Did I already get that up? Trouble interacting with things? I've had some weird bugs today. Or like 3 days. I don't know. That nav data hiding under the tablecloth? That's different. Look at that. Have you ever seen nav data that only poked through like that? I'm not sure I want to give you want to try and give you advice there, Marisha. I should probably tell you not to eat it, just for safety's sake, even if it's fine. But, I know that one of my grandmothers, been gone a long time, but she was, lived through the Depression and was very much hanging on to that spirit of conserving and saving everything for the rest of her life, long after the Depression. And my sister and I found in her house sometime in the 80s in her fridge, in the back of her fridge, this strange container of, I may even have told this story on stream, but we found this strange container of greenish liquid in a Tupperware, and we asked her what it was. She said, oh, that was weenie water. And she had cooked hot dogs in it and then saved the water that she had cooked the hot dogs in. Because, I mean, you know, that stuff's like gold. You don't throw that stuff out. Friend, such wonderful hour for our meeting. Know that the pirates held me captive, that I had nothing to do with their illegal activities. Tell Gek Trade Federation I am innocent, yes? Here, take this. Take this as a token of my goodness, friend. Keep mouth shut. The life form offers me their advanced survival blueprints. They claim to have been a captive of the pirates, but I have my doubts. The blueprints appear to be given only in exchange for my silence. They basically tell you that you don't believe them, but they don't give you a choice of anything but saying okay. I take the advanced survival blueprints and leave. There's nothing more for me here. Misbehave says you don't have to refrigerate jam, but I'd look it up. And shotgun. Empty. Is this our first time here? Have I bought a gun here, but we've never been here? We've just been running errands for the first 2 hours of this stream. We've been going boink, 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 boink. We'll warp somewhere new after a break. Maybe after fighting some sentinels at base after the break. Marisha, your grandfather gave you something in a plastic bag when you were a kid, and the grocery store had closed 20 years ago. Very nice. Very nice. Huh. Yeah, I remember the grocery stores I grew up with. That would weird me out if I got something from them now. Hey, you left the door open, man. I left the door open, actually. Yes. Is it done? The armorer begins to cough. They do not appear to be in good health. Shall decrypt their data, interloper. May it bring you glory. But I have another task for you. It is almost the end. Advanced ion batteries. I never got in the habit of making those, but that might... What's more practical for charging up environmental hazard protections? Not the basic one, but the extremes. The hot and cold thermals, the rad and toxic ones that you have to charge separately. Does it make more sense to just make batteries, advanced batteries, or to carry stacks of phosphorus and dioxide and uranium and so on? There is structure on this world, a depot of little consequence, but to the Sentinels, grah, they will defend it to their last drone. Attack it, draw the ire of the Sentinels, then our hunt can begin. While you're away, I shall create a powerful upgrade so that your weapon is fit for our great war. Officer Okenro appears to have declined even further. This longing for the hunt seems to be the only thing keeping them alive. The Vy'keen asks that I destroy a depot, that the Sentinels will seek us out. They promise to work on some sort of a weapon upgrade while I'm away. Nice dog face. Go, I will prepare your weapon, interloper. You can rely on my work. Yes, you sound very self-assured. On our other save,
Navigational data received.
I was doing this mission off stream, and what ended up happening was he sent me to a depot that I had already found on my own. It was already destroyed. It was the only one he would send me to, but it turns out you can get credit for destroying any depot. You don't have to destroy the one you're being sent to. If you're ever on this quest line and you get stuck, you're being sent somewhere that's already destroyed, just ignore the waypoint, find another depot on another planet, use a signal booster, nav data, scan secure frequencies until you find a depot, and then go destroy that, and you'll get credit. And gold. He ends up like, I don't know, people online were saying he wanted gold. When I was stuck, I was reading about it, and they said he wanted gold from the depot. I don't remember that coming up. Hey, you walking dad. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. You're doing all right. I was grounded yesterday. I'm sorry I didn't hang out much at all. I guess that is more my habit than not. After a stream, popping into another stream, I tend to go ghostly pretty quick. But saw you were on for a bit. How was it? That's not my ship. It was terrible, but the spirits were high anyways. Good attitude. Good attitude. Well, what all was so terrible? Are you trying to... Yeah. Are you trying to hone a particular set of results? Are you trying to get... Kind of like Winter, are you trying to get through the whole thing a certain way? I know glitchless. I saw glitchless. And what are you aiming for? We can destroy the depot with the guns on the ship, I'm sure, but we also have a plasma grenade. We may as well use it. Well, I have killed myself using the plasma grenades. That's about as close as I'd... Oh, just... Yeah, I don't want to be any closer than that. hoping to improve your personal best, and the run started very well, but then you messed up the financial district, lost too much time, then you also lost your momentum. Oh, I'm sorry it didn't go more smoothly, but one day it will, right? You're well used to that by now. I'm sure the days where things go well and the days where they don't. One of the things that got me into Twitch was watching some longer speedruns of, oddly enough, a game I never played. San Andreas, GTA San Andreas. It never interested me. I played 3 and 4 and 5, and anyways, San Andreas, I ended up watching the speedrunners of it, and it just kind of blew me away that it was the time I started watching, it was a 6.5-hour speedrun, and the records were whittled down to around the low 5s by the time didn't see as much of it, and I stopped watching. But yeah, to watch someone who's doing a long speedrun, like a 5-hour speedrun, have a good day or a bad day, or get 3 hours, 4 hours into something, and then just have it tank. Be like, oh, well, there goes 4 hours. It was mind-blowing. San Andreas, yeah. San Andreas, you love that game? Yeah, I mean, for a while I was really into it. I remember bits of it, not all of it. It's 6 hour speedrun, but I remember bits of it vividly. Blowing up the car instead of waiting for Ryder to get into the car. Am I remembering the right thing? Blowing up a car at one point instead of waiting for the dialogue to play out because it would respawn you in the car. And that was kind of my introduction to speedruns. I didn't have a lot of experience back then. That would have been 2014, I think. So I was watching that and blew my mind. I didn't read his dialogue. He asked us to confirm that we took care of the depot. I'm sorry, interloper. I will not be able to assist you in your fight. I'm too weak. Take this upgrade module and prepare for their arrival. The Sentinels are coming. Walking Dad. Grounded glitchless world record is 253. Your PB is 512, and your first time run was slightly more than 4 hours. Well, I've never seriously thought about speedrunning anything myself, but I do fancy it. I enjoy watching it. So, they approach. But before the final fight, I have another task for you. I need to be strong to serve you. There is a substance, an offering freely given by the young to their elders that may yet restore me. I myself spent years enmeshed with the greatest within the harvest circuits, my organs sacrificing their enzymes for the fleet. I was glad to do so, but we need not repeat such torment today. Enzyme remnants found on Vy'keen daggers should be enough to heal me now. Whatever sacrifice Officer O'Kenro made for others, they do not appear to have reaped the same benefits in their old age. The Vy'keen's body is scarred, their speech labored. I cannot imagine they will survive another year. The armorer requires Vy'keen daggers, stat, to prevent their decline. Vy'keen appears relieved. They say nothing, but there is a look of hope in their eyes. And I believe I have 2 Vy'keen daggers. Hope I have 2 and not just 1. You've got 2! Oh, it's your lucky day, Officer O'Kenro. And we don't have to go collect them. I have not been idle in your absence, interloper. I have crafted another upgrade module for your ship, but the daggers, I can smell the battle enzyme from across the room. Give them to me! Vy'keen takes the dagger and plunges it into their own arm. They immediately revive, their spirits restored. Infraknife! Tech discovered. Might be fun to play with. Chronic, did you say you like the Infraknife? Phosphorus, we've got it. Tech modules, I have them in a storage container. But my fighter doesn't really have a lot of spare room. We put the Infraknife. We don't need to make it at all, but maybe we could put the Infraknife on the Explorer, on the exotic. Marisha, in Vice City, there's a mission you need to kill a guy in a golf club. I've also not played Vice City, but I have watched speedruns of it. Not enough to remember it, though. Smashed all the golf carts until they're about to explode, except yours. When the guy tries to run away, you just hit the bumper with your cart, and the guy exploded. Yes, the emergent gameplay. GTA 3 was my first open world game. I had the PC version, and I never played through the story. I just screwed around in the world. Causing mayhem and using cheat codes and spawning things, and wow, what a sandbox. That was my introduction to sandbox games. Loved it. So, now we're ready, Interloper. The Sentinels are here, and you shall head out to meet them. This day shall be glorious, traveler, as it has been before and shall be again. Vy'keen looks at me with pride. I seem to have provided them with renewed purpose. Of this I am glad. But placing my world under threat, getting me to summon so many sentinels for pointless battle. When I'm back, I'll need to speak to the Armorer about the future. The Armorer warns me that multiple sentinel forces have arrived near our home. I must defeat them. Cyclotron Ballista. Sweet. Boltcaster module. Well, you know what? It's kind of junk, but there's room next to it. I'm going to install it, and we can break it down later. Clip size 2. Never mind. I don't even want to see that thing. No. No, just no. Take the tech module, though. Thank you. Well, that was sad. That was a sad little mod. Your clip size has been increased from 64 to 66. Or 66 to 68. Or how about no? I don't have any shield mods on my character. We're going to be ducking into buildings a lot. Alright, when the Sentinel dogs arrive, their shields, their health will be recharged by the Sentinels that are flying around. So you gotta take them first. Think of them as repair units once the dogs show up. The dogs can also hit you. They will back up and hit you when you're on top of structures. So it's not like this is a real safe spot or anything. Still. We're gonna have to duck inside for a minute. Although we did get some shields back there. Ow. My biscuits are burning! My biscuits are burning! I don't think the quest bugs out at all if you do this. Ah, nice timing. Thanks. Sentinel destruction. Milestone. Destroyed 30 sentinels. Yeah, we got a fight to fight. think it's all good if we break it up like this. Certainly need it to heal. Walking Dad was the absolute bare minimum. That's what got you. Wanting to try stuff like that. We still have a Sentinel flying. 2 of them. Oh shit. Wait, do we have a walker? Suppose there's a walker there. Hey, check out my safe spot. Kind of safe. It's not safe from sentinels, but it might be safe from dogs. It'll be interesting to see if the dog can jump over. And it might. The dogs can clip through some things. Sometimes their lasers clip through things. Ow! Yeah, the dogs like to break the rules a lot. I've seen them clip into structures, shoot through structures. I don't know, do things. I've seen them do things. Walking Dad, you and a bunch of others, Orm community, you've got it down to only the stuff the game gives you. There's no pickups whatsoever. It's possible. Madness. It's madness. You may have seen that financial district using trash bins to make noise. I will have to watch some more. I would love to scrutinize some of your tactics. All right, where'd the doggo go? And we keep getting. Are we getting an unlimited spawn of sentinel drones because I'm not taking out the dog? Is there something weird going on with that? It seems like we keep getting 2 more sentinel drones. And I haven't even attacked the dog yet. And is this going to go on forever if I don't manage to clear the wave? I feel like I need to clear the wave. And I'm failing to. But if I hang out in here, I might be able to do that. Instead of going into the building. That's a problem. Even this little guy could do some real damage with no shield. Could you die, please? Die fast, please. Die faster. And then hope that the dog doesn't clip through and shoot me. See, stupid dog. Let's avoid him until his shield goes back up. I'm not going into a building. Doggo's clipping into the building. Need my shield back. Shit, we have more sentinels? This is not going very well. I wish I'd had a shield mod in. Of course, deactivated. They shouldn't be. Let me try the plasma launcher on the doggo. Maybe I can just nuke him. Shit. Don't want to be dead though. Damn. Plasma grenades will help. If I can hit him without getting splash damage on me. My life support's bad too.
Technology recharge.
I don't remember having so much trouble with this, but I also had a shield mod and was able to stand there longer and finish off the wave. Yeah, the sentinel drones respawning. I don't remember that, but I don't think I had a problem with it. There we go. Fuck you, doggy! More dogs. Bye, doggo! Hey, Miss Misery, good evening. How are you? I hope you're doing all right out there. Sentinel Walker detected. Awesome. Okay, let's get healed up. At least we got the next wave. That's what we needed. Surviving? Trying to survive? Yeah, trying to survive. That's what's up. Holy shit, the walker's up! Oh god. This is not a bad spot though. Wish I had some unstable plasma so I could actually. I think those cruise right by it. Damn. Holy shit. Oh, I'm out of plasma. I didn't mean to. Shit. Did I really walk into a building? Should we use the fighter to take on the walker? Where's my fighter at? It's up on one of the platforms. Shit. I can see my jetpack juice. No, fuck me, trying to go for the tall. Oh man, what am I doing? I'm getting us killed. Just trying to get up on our own fucking base. Come on, watch out. My jetpack just doesn't want to recharge. I keep using it. Fuck! My god. I guess I could take the exotic. We could just take the exotic. But my fighter's up top and has a better boost. And is much more maneuverable. We're gonna hit the building just taking off on this sucker. Alright, now. Where are you at, dickhead? Did that reset him? Can we not use our fighter? There he is. He's on that side. This thing is too damn big. I'm hitting the damn platform. First person. This thing is too big. I need my fighter. I can't do this in the exotic. It is too bulky. Hey, outsider. What's up? Where the hell's my shell? This is not a good... This is a terrible spot to be trying to fight something in a ship. With the trade outpost there. Really hard to move slowly. It's very stilted, staggered movement. Did I completely reset the walker, or is it still there? Did I screw up the whole quest by landing? I wish I knew what was going on. I feel like I'm flailing about right now. Where's the walker? We're back down to warning level 2. Does that mean I reset the whole damn quest? Gosh, I had no trouble with it in our other save. I sailed right through it. And this time, it's being all wonky. You have to shoot him on the foot from start. After the walker, without going side or into a ship that resets him. Got to do the whole wave on foot. Okay. And I don't have unstable plasma. Let's see if there's any on the merchant. I could really use that for the plasma grenade for the walker. Sweet.
Product received.
Shoot their calves and their thighs and their chest. I've taken out a few. On the other save, I've taken out a few. Not just with the ship, I've taken one out on foot. I did this quest and I didn't have trouble with it either. Ugh. As in shoot the plating off. Yep, gotcha. I gotcha. And inside here was a great place to stand for most of it, except for the dog clipping through. It was kind of nice. Sentinels didn't necessarily know where to look. Come on. One of you come over here at a time. It'll be even nicer. So the next wave will come, and we'll have a dog, and the dog can kind of clip through and shoot me in here. We got to take the sentinels before the dog, or it will recharge them. Recharge the dog. But I don't have perfect cover in here from the dog. It really can still get me. Got to keep an eye out for where the doggo's coming from. Okay, where's doggo? Come on, doggo. I'm really a little worried about blowing myself up doing this. I have killed myself with plasma grenades. Get down here and take out the flyers. If I can avoid getting lased. Oh shit. No, I did not enter a structure. No, fuck you. I did not enter a structure. Damn it. What do you think's gonna happen now that we've still got him up? I did not enter a structure. You're an asshole. I did not enter a structure. Uh-oh. Deactivation bullshit. Alright, we've got to go in and I got to reset. Got to do it. Gotta do it. Son of a bitch. And I still haven't taken one break. We were supposed to take a break, but we're just killing sentinels by the fucking dozen because I need a shield mod. I need a shield mod so I can stand out there a little longer. We'll go up to the station and buy it and reset the stupid quest. And grumble, grumble, grumble. What the hell? It was going fine, and then it said entered structure. It was going fine. It was going fine. Going fine. You know, I wonder if, because the walker is still there, if maybe it'll work. I don't know. Shit. This team is swarmed by shit. My shield's gonna recharge. I haven't been hit in a while. There they go. Oh my god, I want to recharge the plasma launcher, but I need a place to stand for a minute to recharge the fucking thing. Is any good shortcut for recharging it? Not that I know of. How come we're not fucking anything on it? Do better with the mining beam. Where's the armor piece I was working on? So fucked. Maybe I can use the structure a little bit. Maybe. It's bouncing off him. Nice. This is insane. This is not how things went before. You guys are so mean. Oh, fuck. No one entered a structure. No one entered a structure. But I'm about to. I'm taking a fucking break. Oh my god. This is just insane. I don't know. I'm out of here. I'll see you in a few.